The truth about City Hall. Who is really disrupting the meetings? When a city council meeting turns chaotic and stops moving forward, do not blame the everyday citizens standing at the microphone. Let's get one thing straight. A room full of residents carrying public records, asking hard questions about utility rates, or demanding answers on industrial data center ordinances is not disorderly. That is what a free republic looks like. The meeting becomes unorderly for one reason and one reason only. Because the city administration slows everything down by trying to dictate when we can speak and what we are allowed to speak on. The Great City Hall illusion. When local officials overstep their bounds, they love to reach for the gavel. If a citizen stands up with facts they don't want to hear, like a police complaint that was quickly stamped unfounded or an infrastructure footprint passed near our neighborhoods, the administration's immediate reflex is to pull rank. They interrupt. They cut the microphone. They hide behind agenda-only rules. And then they look at the crowd and blame us for the disruption. That is pure gaslighting. The tension in that room doesn't start because a neighbor walked up to a podium with the truth. The tension starts the exact second an appointed or elected official tries to unconstitutionally muzzle the public, defending those who can't speak for themselves. This isn't just about the people standing in the room. It is about the most vulnerable members of our community who literally do not have a voice. Look at the residents of Johnson County Health and Rehab. They can't pack a city council meeting. They can't stand at a podium for 3 minutes to fight for their peace of mind. So it is up to us to voice it for them. During a recent meeting, Advocate Amanda Bean stepped up to the microphone to voice grave concerns about the constant 24/7 industrial hum threatening the health, sleep, and well-being of the residents at the rehab center. What was the response? Mayor David Reeder dismissed it, claiming yes, this has already been addressed. When pressed, Mayor Reeder tried to pass the buck, stating that some of it was addressed at the Planning and Zoning Commission. He then went even further, claiming they were going to release that information to her. Let's ask the real questions. If this noise crisis was already completely addressed by Planning and Zoning, why hasn't this information already been released to the public? Why hold on to it? If this supposedly happened at a Planning and Zoning meeting, when did it happen? Let's look at the actual records. On November 20th, 25, the only Planning and Zoning meeting that was actually recorded and preserved, there was absolutely nothing mentioned about this issue during the entire meeting. Every single other Planning and Zoning meeting, never recorded, conveniently left in the dark. Let's be completely real. When public officials cannot specify exactly what was addressed and cannot point to a single recorded minute to prove it, it's because it never happened. If this information was real, it should have been brought out into the open right then and there on the night Amanda Bean raised her concerns. Instead, we got vague promises, unrecorded meetings, and administrative deflections. The city hasn't even finalized or set the actual industrial noise restrictions yet. The Quorum Court itself has openly discussed the fact that these boundaries are still pending. Power is borrowed, not owned. Every ounce of authority held by a mayor, a city council member, or a police chief is just sitting on a temporary loan from you, the taxpayer. Under Article 2, Section 1 of the Arkansas Constitution, all political power belongs to the people. They are the employees. We are the bosses. When public officials use vague, unrecorded claims to brush off real community suffering and pretend issues are settled without a shred of proof, they are breaching their contract with Clarksville. How we win the room. The next time they try to box us into a corner, we give them zero ammunition. 1. Force them to be specific. When they say an issue is addressed, do not let them hide behind vague talk. Pin them down. Demand the exact date, the exact ordinance number, and the official paper trail. 2. Expose the lack of records. Keep pointing out the missing recordings. If a public meeting isn't being recorded for the citizens to review, ask them what they are trying to hide from the bosses. 3. Be the voice for the vulnerable. Keep fighting for the residents at Johnson County Health and Rehab. Remind the council that their constitutional job description is to protect local people, not corporate spreadsheets. If they won't let us speak inside a building funded by our own tax dollars, we will take the conversation straight to the ballot box and our digital platforms. Share this if you are ready to demand real truth and transparency from City Hall. Clarksville AR, Johnson County AR, Heartland Voice, Arkansas Rising, Borrowed Power, Accountability, Transparency Now, Know Your Rights, FOIA, Muzzling. The public, the bosses showed up, protect our residents, data center noise, Johnson County Health and Rehab, show us the records.